Welcome. I'm Loretta Jones, CEO and founder, New York Gold Tours, and this is Cooking with Vision Strategy. For this segment, we'll go with the Vision Strategy Excel project-oriented video that posted yesterday. After a short workout like that, a good breakfast, warm grains with peaches and banana. So let me get the water going. So for the peach, it's good to go in segments. And a serving of a peach for me is a quarter of a peach, about a quarter of a peach or a little more sometimes. But then for men, you would double that. So like a half of a peach. Only because the grains and the banana and the other things, the raisins, etc. Will also be in the mix. So storing it is a good way because it's quick the next time. You don't have to wash it because you already washed it. And so cutting into the pit in the center, the pit stops the knife, but still do carefully. Lengthwise. And then across. To the bowl. Just cut it into the bowl. Sort of cut it and break it away from the pit. Into the bowl, and it falls in slices. I use the peach that's on my hand on my face. Because it's extra nourishment and moisturizing. And I wash my hands. And when New York Gold Tour's Smart line of foods, Smart Foods comes out, it'll have body care. And so it will be, and so there will be just natural food-based products, natural fruit, and vegetable-based products for moisturizing. And so a quarter of a banana, sliced down the middle, and then so like so, and then slice this way. So they're in half rounds. And then I scrape off the banana that's left on the peel because it's nourishing. Do it on a flat surface to avoid any injuries, of course. As more people are cooking, injuries have gone up in kitchens across America. We don't want to be in that statistic. And then I put this away in the refrigerator for another day. Always take care of the chef, so a little coffee. So while the water boils, we'll add some of the grains. A little bit of rice, just a sprinkling. So it's an organic brown rice, and I like to choose the ones that you can see green in the grains. I just figure it has to be healthier. Now the water is starting to boil, and we can start to add our other ingredients. So this is bulgur wheat. Again, just a sprinkling, but a little more than the rice. Old-fashioned rolled oats. I poured out a little too much, a little too quickly, so I have a little more than I wanted, but it's about 1/8 of a cup. So for men, about 1/4 of a cup of dry rolled oats. I would say I had 1/4 of a cup there, actually. I had so between 1/4 and 1/8. Now cover this and lower the heat. Still significant, but just a little lower. And let that boil. It'll start to boil over, want to boil over, and then I'll loosen the lid at that point. So I'll get my bowl ready. I'll get the ginger out. We can use fresh ginger, but I'm using powdered ginger today. It's quicker and easier. And I'll get my grapefruit slice ready. Okay, so I've washed my grapefruit, and because I'm feeling a little tired and I feel like I can use the extra boost of energy, I'm gonna cut 2 slices. And so, well, 2 would be the norm for men, but 1 would go with my bowl of oatmeal and grains. I have to name it, but I have it all the time. So what I would have to, I'm going to cut 2 slices of grapefruit because I'm going to have 1 as I cook to power up. And it's important to give your body what you're craving. There's usually a reason. I like to get the juices of the grapefruit on my lips and really nourish. Again, having in portions allows the next servings to be very easy and without washing, since the washing was already done, etc. So cutting the fruits was easy. I did spill some oatmeal greens on here, but that's okay. It's all going in the pot. And the banana that I scraped off of the peel, it will brown. So that's what it's doing there, oxidizing. A little coffee for the chef. Yes. And that's organic. Everything here is organic, always. For more than, I don't know, more than 30 years, I've been doing all organic. My son was raised on all organic. And he's a good one. So the grains have slowed down, but they are simmering. So I can add the fruits and raisins. So I scrape about 2 tablespoons into there, or 1.5 tablespoons. I try not to be offensive with the sound of the spoon on a pot. I don't do the clanking on the sides. That just sounded like a meditational bell or something. I try to use, I'll just cover that for a minute or so. I try to use the same utensil that I'm eating with. I just rinse it off before a picture if I'm taking a picture. But that way, it's less water use, and so it's more sustainable, and it's more, it's less taxing on the chef because there's less to clean up. And when I'm eating the grapefruit and I get down to the end, I try to go still even further to get that where there's still citrus. See where there's still color? I try to eat that because even the white part here is so good. So I have to press it against my teeth and scrape, and in a bite, scrape into a bite. And that makes it a part of eating the fruit that just goes along with it. It balances the more tangy, more citrusy parts, and it's more mellow of a taste, and it's just really good. And of course, nourishing. It's hardly even been studied how much nourishment is in that part, of the rind, but oh, it's there. Making the video, I forgot a part of the grains, wheat farina. And I usually put that before the fruit, so the fruit is going to cook away. Okay, I'd say that's done. And then I add just a little evaporated milk. It's supposedly more nutritious than homogenized milk, than just plain homogenized milk. Okay, I forgot to add ginger, so I'm going to add it to the top with a little bit of cinnamon. So I'm going to let that cool a minute while I heat up my coffee. And voila! Breakfast is served. It is so good. Because I overcooked it with the peaches and the banana, it all has that melted taste of the fruit, and the fruit is more pungent when you chew the actual fruit, but it melted into the overall taste. Oh, it's so good. And I like the separateness of tastes, of flavors, usually. And so it's nice that the cinnamon and ginger are on the outside of this instead of mixed in, since the fruit flavors are mixed in. So it's a nice balance. And as I was taught when I was a kid, because my parents used to make farina all the time, eat from around the outside of something like that. That's where it's coolest. And actually, the amount of honey that I put made it very sweet. I forgot to add cashews in the oatmeal, but cashews are a very good addition. They're nice and soft, so they go well with the warm grains. And just several, double that for a man, is a good serving. You don't even have to cook them. You can just add them on top, or you can add them into the mix along with the fruits at the same time as the fruits. Some say that it's not so good to cook nuts, but anyway, a great addition. So enjoy and vision nutritiously.